I feel like with the Gamecocks, there's not much left to see. I'm sorry. I feel like there's not much left to see. They are what they are. They're a one-man team with no defense, no offensive line, and their best running back is from Division II. Say it out loud, folks. Say it out loud. A one-man team, no defense, no offensive line, and the best running back is from Division II. If you are honest with yourselves and you call yourself a Gamecock fan, do you not also agree that in year 3 of the Beamer era, it should be better than this? It should be better than this. So here is my definitive statement on Shane Beamer and South Carolina. The honeymoon is officially over. It's officially over. And with Florida coming to town off of a bye week, you damn well better beat the Gators, who are not even close to the team that they are at home. On the road, alligators do not travel well, okay? They rarely leave a 20-mile radius from where they're born. Alligators do. They stay to protect their young. Alligators don't play well on the road. The Gators don't play well on the road. You best take care of business at home off a bye. South Carolina's a different team at home. Florida's a different team at home. South Carolina's a different team on the road. Florida's a different team on the road. You get the Gators coming off a bye with a 3:30 p.m. kick, and as far as I can see, the entire season is on the line. You lose to the Gators in that game, and the wheels fall off on the season. Perhaps there's a complete shift in mood from warm fuzzies to fiery anger on Shane Beamer. You lose to Florida, maybe the fan base turns on him. And I know that might be hard for you guys to believe. Why? Because Beamer's one of you, because Beamer chose you, because Beamer loves you. And you guys have been kicked so often, kicked around and abused so often that you just want somebody who loves you. The Gamecocks, my friends, are that close friend that you have that keeps going back to that same girl who walks all over him. And yet you're begging and pleading, look, please don't go back to her. Life is so bright, you need shades as long as you leave her. And as a football program, that's what the Gamecocks are. They've been kicked, they've been battered, they've been abused. So they're likely to settle for something that is less than what they deserve, right? Well, the honeymoon is over for Shane Beamer now, except what it is. This is year 3. 2-3 at the bye week was not what the doctor ordered. We can now officially also state that through 31 games, Will Muschamp had a record of 18-13, and Shane Beamer has a mark of 17-14. At some point that matters, folks. When does it matter? Okay, at some point that matters.
How dare you? How dare you compare those two? You can't compare those two. Well, you can certainly start comparing those two when the beloved son is now sitting worse than the hated old man.
100%, Diesel. 100%. So, guys, South Carolina really wasn't that competitive on Saturday night.
Shadow of Death Valley just said Brad Crawford just blocked both of you.
Oh, did he?
No, I think he's being facetious.
No, it doesn't sound like where Brad would do that, but he will call us out, man. Guys, it felt like for the vast majority of the game, Tennessee couldn't quite deliver the knockout blow, but also South Carolina wasn't really in it. I'll ask you guys. We got like 30-something of you who picked South Carolina to beat Tennessee this week.
Drank the Kool-Aid.
Like, based on what? Based on what exactly? When have you seen, South Carolina of this year go on the road and look like that? I don't know. It made me draw the conclusion that Georgia is just kind of sleepwalking through the season. Auburn was beating them 10-0 at the end of the first quarter. Georgia's played South Carolina, Auburn, and nobody. And Georgia, can you believe this, has not outscored their opposition in the first quarter this year. They're at a net 0.
This might be the best thing for the rest of college football to happen in quite a while. It's a good thing for Michigan, for Texas, for Penn State, for Southern Cal, Florida State, whoever might get into the 4-team playoff. If Georgia has been allowed to sleepwalk through their schedule, that could leave them complacent going into a playoff scenario.
Right. Diesel, no. I mean, you're right. That point is well stated. But it looks like South Carolina's effort against Georgia was a bit of fool's gold. A bit of maybe Gamecock fans thinking they were better than they are, because we just saw Georgia sleepwalk against Auburn as well. Then whenever they have to, they flip the switch. They're good enough to do that. Man, I wish I missed the days when Florida was good enough to be bored. Okay? I miss those days. But that's where Georgia is right now, man. That's where Georgia is. And I don't know how you draw any conclusion other than South Carolina's a one-man team. Shane Beamer's honeymoon is over. And if you are a Gamecock fan, it's completely fair to say that you should be further along in year 3 than this. Look at the different units that you've got. Defensively, you're 121st. Offensively, you can't run the football save for one big Mario Anderson run. Okay? It's unbelievable.
I was highly disappointed in Spencer Rattler's second half of that game. In the first half, he looked pretty good. He was scrambling, he was escaping, he was hitting nice passes in the first half. But second half, Spencer Rattler, once the game sort of got out of hand and he knew that he had to press, Spencer Rattler turned into Spencer Rattler of last year. Mr. Throw it up and hope. Lots of interceptions, bad decisions. That's who Spencer Rattler regressed to be in the second half of that game. First half good, second half really bad. And, I've seen a whole lot of people project Spencer Rattler, even buying into that narrative of Spencer Rattler could now be a first-day NFL draft guy. If Spencer Rattler still plays like that, he's going to be one hell of a quarterback in the USFL.
Diesel, I actually think he does have a chance to be drafted in the first round. And I think the error that you're making is the same one with Bryson Spencer. You're judging them when they've got a dumpster fire around them. And, Diesel, to me, Spencer Rattler's the only reason that game Saturday night wasn't 41-3. I mean, it's the only reason. It's the only reason they have 2 wins on the year. He's the only reason they beat Furman. Okay? Like, Furman would have a win over South Carolina right now if Luke Doty was playing quarterback for them, for the Gamecocks. So, he's a one-man team. He can only do so much. I really like his game. He's got a real positive attitude. If there's one guy on South Carolina you shouldn't be complaining about, it's Spencer Rattler.